And we're talking about Valimai movie versus Master opening weekend, Tamil Nadu box office. John, we did the reaction for Valimai just at the end of last year. I think it might have been out actually the 31st of December, as I recall. But we couldn't do the whistling one. That got blocked because it was a music video, sadly. It was a great video as well. And it looks a great movie, but Telepathy VJ ahead of Tala Ajif in race. Come on, community. Let us know your thoughts on this one. But there is a detailed report coming out from India.com. Well, they're putting on their website. I don't know what the actual reports from them, but it says Valimai versus Master Tamil Nadu box office. Tala Ajif wraps up his 4-day opening weekend at around Rs 61.5 crore. Here's the detailed analysis of how Valimai is performing as compared to Telepathy VJ's Master, which came out last February, I think it was.
Yeah, it was in the middle of a pandemic, yeah.
But Master versus Valimai collection. Tala Ajif's Valimai has created havoc at the Tamil Nadu box office. The film opened well on Thursday at Rs 25 crore and has wrapped up its first weekend at around Rs 73-74 crore approximately. While the official numbers are yet to be out, the TN numbers of Ajif Stara seems to be given a direct challenge to Telepathy VJ's Master. As reported by Box Office India, Master has taken the lead in the first weekend as compared to Valimai because it enjoyed a 5-day extended weekend, while Ajif Stara had a 4-day extended weekend. After its first weekend at the box office, Master, that released amid strict COVID restrictions and on a 50% occupancy rate, has collected an Rs 67 crore, while Valimai's first weekend collection stands at Rs 61.5 crores 4 days in Tamil Nadu.
I think if it had that extra day, it'd probably beat it.
Yeah,
that's
here's the Tamil Nadu box office breakup of Valimai after its opening extended weekend. On Thursday it was Rs 25 crore, Friday Rs 10.50 crore, Saturday's Rs 12.50 crore, Sunday's Rs 13.50 crore approximately, and the total Rs 61.50 crore approximately. I don't know if there's any much noise on that, John, but John, this is something that it seems to be this heated debate between these two actors that we've kind of just sort of skimmed the surface on this channel when we're talking about either actor.
I think the actors themselves, Stephen, have got no beef with each other. I think they're pretty closely knit. They came out at the same time, didn't they?
Yeah.
Well, certainly Ruth says that. They came out, they're kind of around about the same age. I think maybe Tala Ajif's a bit older, he's been around a tiny bit longer. And I think he was always maybe an out-and-out action star, whereas obviously Telepathy VJ initially started out as a romantic sort of actor, baby-faced, and then he made the jump. We know for a fact he made the jump in the early 2000s into obviously being an action superstar.
Yeah.
Kind of muddied the waters initially and then became this action superstar we know now. Also, we watched that movie, Tina Malai, I think it was, early 2000s. And to see where he's went to now, where he's this guy who's almost guaranteed success at the box office, something to behold. Also, we haven't really followed Tala Ajif quite as closely.
No.
We've not had the chance to go back and watch his back catalogue like we have with Telepathy. Watched a huge amount of his movies. But Stephen, it's always, I feel, a bit crass to compare the two movies, because you did mention there at the beginning of that article, Master came out 2021 in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic. It was raging, huge amount of restrictions in the theatres, 50% occupancy rate, half the people getting into the theatre that would otherwise be in there. Now COVID not quite as severe and pressing a matter. Now it's the fucking nukes from Russia, so and that doesn't stop you getting into a theatre to watch a movie. You can do, that's probably the best place to go just now, to be fair, depending on which theatre you go to. So they're able to go into the theatres in greater numbers now, and I feel like with the buzz for a Telepathy movie, the guys that were working on that, the likes of your Anirudh Ravichandran, I think was Okesh Khanna Garage that did Master. I feel like if that came out now, it wouldn't even be close, Stephen. I think Master would be a much bigger movie. But
can we bring up the graphic again from that site? Because I think it was actually minimised.
Oh, we've lost it.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
bear with me, Stephen. I'll go here and I'll bring it up. Don't worry about it. We'll get it.
Well, John, while you're finding that just now, there is another bit, that it says in this article, interestingly, the audience in Tamil Nadu is divided between the fan following of Ajif and Vijay Joseph, who are both touted as successors to superstar Rajinikanth at the TN box office. Both the stars enjoy a massive fan following in the state, and their films always initiate a big fan battle on social media. So that's what we want to bring. And I'll tell you something as well, we're going to put a poll on the community for this. Let's see where the poll stands.
So that's it here, that's fine here. Yeah.
That's it, John, yeah. Vijay seems to be ahead in the battle of the box office in Tamil Nadu, while Ajif begins the weekday box office game from today. Yeah. But it's just really just to give people that indication. I read out a lot of figures there, and it probably just... It was a bit of a mess.
No, but Stephen, I mean, you can see from the comparisons there, 50% occupancy, 2021, Master opened to 19.5, obviously not quite as big an opening, but it was an early opening.
Yeah.
And you see throughout the other days, maybe aside from the Sunday, which was maybe more comparable with the Thursday with Master's above Valimai, and pretty much every other day other than the Sunday and the Wednesday, the opener.
Yeah.
50% occupancy, Stephen. If it was 100%, those numbers would be, I think, demonstrably higher. And I don't know if that's maybe down to, I don't know, man, just maybe the afterburns of the COVID pandemic. There's maybe still vestiges there for Valimai. I don't think it's anything down to the personalities of the actors. I think it was pretty well established. But we reacted to a couple of Tala Ajif stuff, I don't know.
Yeah.
Content. Song and dance numbers, trailers. We know he's a huge inspirational figure. An ex-racing driver.
Yeah.
F2 did an entire season. Also, lights high octane. We know he does his own stunts because we've seen it in that Redemption video. So he's an inspirational figure. I don't think it's down to anything. I think it's maybe just down to personnel across the board and buzz. And there's something about Telepathy's movies. They seem to create a huge amount of buzz.
John.
But both these movies are hugely successful.
Valimai's out in Silverburn just now.
I need to go and see it.
Yeah.
Need to go and see it. We will go and see it.
So
we'll absolutely
it's got a couple of showings, so I think it'll be around for a few weeks.
We'll go and see
at
it
least. So that's
it
good.
did look decent. It did look like a very good movie, man. I enjoyed the trailer. I liked the whistle sort of theme, as you mentioned, Stephen. We'll go and watch it. Absolutely. This is the beauty now we're coming out this pandemic. We can actually go and watch these movies in a big screen experience, which I'm sure, like everything else, is a much better way to consume a movie. But Stephen, both the movies are successful.
Yeah.
I don't really agree with comparing. It just buys into this whole who's better competition thing.
Messi or Ronaldo.
Exactly, they're both great. They're both great.
Just be thankful we have both of them.
Stephen, I tell you, man, you go into that comparison of football, people don't know what they've got, man.
No, exactly.
Until it's gone. And when these two guys retire, you've got Mbappe.
Oh, I'm talking about the actors here, John, as well. It's
I know, when they retire.
When they're done,
off. I mean, who's coming through realistically that's going to replace them? I don't know. There's always someone, isn't there?
Yeah. I'm sure they were saying the same thing about Rajinikanth.
Well, I mean, you've got Rajinikanth, you've got Mahanlal, haven't you?
Rajinikanth is still doing it. He's still knocking them out of the park, John.
He is, yeah. But Stephen, the drop-off was negligible between Rajinikanth and Tala Ajif and Telepathy. I think it's going to be a bigger drop-off, sadly.
Yeah.
I don't know of any young Indian talent that's coming out just now because I'm ignorant, but I'm sure they will be there.
Yeah. Maybe you can let us know.
We've seen quite a drop-off, man, haven't we? Let's be honest, from the 60s to now. And young acting talent over here. I mean, you had the likes of fucking Heston, Yul Brenner, Charles Bronson, huge names.
Steve McQueen. Yeah.
Who else? There's got to be other ones, man.
James Coburn.
Jim Stewart.
Clint Eastwood.
Was he not a fucking F1 driver? John Wayne. And then what have we got now? Fucking hell.
Yeah.
George McKay. Pretty fucking
James
good.
Corden.
That's harsh, to be fair. No, we've got great talent just now. I'm talking shit.
Yeah.
It's cyclical. We've got George McKay. We've got fucking... There's great acting talent out there. I'm just going to say George McKay because I love the guy. I think he's fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in his... Knocking on 50 was now.
Doesn't matter. He's going to be around for the next 2 decades
but
at least.
I'm talking about like 20-somethings. There's got to be somebody.
Yeah, there is.
I'm not counting me. I'm not counting my generation, I should say. The likes of your Olsens, they're getting on now as well. They're getting fucking old. But man, both the movies are doing well. What is your thoughts on the topics we touched